We were not just taken. We were torn. Told by an elder around the fire, The Betrayal of Igbos, Part 2. Children, come close. Let the flames warm your faces. What I will tell you now is not just a story. It is a wound, a deep one. And wounds remember. After Undi Oha was betrayed, after the sacred trees wept and the gods turned their eyes, the ones taken were marched like shadows under the sun. The chains, they didn't just hold the wrists. They bit into the spirit. I remember. I was there. Yes, I was just a boy then, hiding under a broken basket as my sister Awale screamed my name. They dragged her by her braids, and her cries tore the air like thunder. I wanted to run. I didn't. And I've never forgiven myself. The march to the coast was not a journey. It was a funeral for the living. We walked for days. No food, no words, only the hiss of whips and the dull thud of those who fell and were left behind. The forest, once our mother, stood silent. Even the birds refused to sing. I saw an old man whisper prayers to Amadioha with cracked lips. A guard struck him so hard his teeth scattered like cola nuts. Still, he prayed. Then came the house of waiting. A clearing by the sea where the trees had been cleared, the earth trampled flat by footsteps of the stolen. There they kept us penned like goats. The air stank of waste, sweat, and fear. White men, those demons in clean clothes, walked among us with papers and sticks, pointing, selecting. They did not see people. They saw weight, muscle, breeding hips, coins. I watched them separate a mother from her child. She bit a soldier. They cut off her ear. The child, he never spoke again, just sat, rocking, until they shipped him off days later. The worst was the night. At night, the chains spoke. They creaked and clinked like whispers of the dead. People moaned in their sleep. Some didn't sleep at all, eyes wide, staring into something none of us could see. And some just stopped breathing. Not from sickness. Number from despair. The ships arrived on the 7th day. Monsters made of wood, floating coffins. They threw ropes down and pulled us up like cargo. One girl jumped into the sea calling the names of her ancestors. The waves swallowed her whole. They laughed. Inside the ship, hell. We were packed like yams in a barn, no space, no air. The heat was a living thing. It clawed your lungs, made your skin boil. Men died next to me. Women bled silently. There was no day, no night, only the stink of death and the sound of chains. But still, I remembered Obina. They said he escaped, that he ran into the forest and swore never to sleep until he had taken down the ones who betrayed us. I believed that. I had to believe that. Because belief was all we had left. And somewhere out there, in the land of the free wind and the red clay, Obina's fire still burns. But that is not the end. No, not yet. What happened next would shake the bones of the ancestors themselves. To be continued.